Arrowhead want a harder difficulty, and some players are not happy about the buffs. Yeah, I know. Ironic. All in today's video, guys, so grab a beverage, a hot cup of liberty, because who don't like liberty? I mean, who don't like liberty? Before we get into the latest news from an article that was covered by Eurogamer regarding a new difficulty that could be on the horizon for a future update, we are first going to begin with something quite wild. Some players are straight up not happy with this buff update, which to me is super confusing. We want the game to be easier, it becomes easier, but now it's too easy. What's going on? I mean, what in the managed democracy is this? Arrowhead have literally done exactly what players have wanted, and it seems people are still not happy. But unfortunately, there will always be people like this who cry behind a keyboard no matter what. Some people you just can't please, you literally just can't please. So a member basically said that they are removing the challenge from the game, and I mean, if you disagree with this, drop a comment below. But to me, this update was really needed. Just look at that. Look at that. Now tell me, was this update needed? My opinion's completely changed, because even though I was concerned about obviously the difficulty, this update, yeah, it is awesome. Twinbeard saw the reply of a member who was complaining about removing the challenge, and this is what he said. Who says we're removing the challenge? Also, if the game goes from too much kitting and guns not feeling viable for a lot of players, to the game becoming too easy for some but more fun for the most, it's way easier to buff difficulty going forward, so long term it should hopefully be a win regardless. Now, I understand all of this, you know, everyone's going to have mixed feelings, but so far everything seems to be working in the community's favour. Player count is up, which is great. Don't get me wrong, I liked how hard it was, and I may have a different opinion to the mass majority, but in general these buffs have made the game so much more fun, the game flows better, and like Twinbeard said, they can just buff the difficulties going forward. So there's definitely a big possibility of more difficulties coming our way. We will discuss this more officially later in the video, because for managed democracy, this is what everyone wanted, and it needs to be served, okay? It needs to be served. Okay. Now, there was a conversation which I will show on screen but won't read. This was just before the update dropped. Basically, Twinbeard said they want the game to be fun overall, and since I've played it, man, honestly, it's amazing. It is really amazing. This relates to my last point on this, which Shams did actually reply to someone regarding difficulty 10 just before the update dropped. The game will still be a challenge on level 10. It's hard to answer. I still find it's very challenging, but I know how good some of you are. Me. I'm good, okay? I'm pro. I'm not noob anymore. I am pro. What? Don't question that. We wanted to get the feeling right before we started ensuring that CR10 is challenging enough for the madmen in this community. And when he means madmen, he means me, you know, all the people who play Super Helldive solo, or just people who are straight up pretty good at the game, you know? I mean, not to big up my boots or anything. Now, my question to you is, with what Shams said, do you think the game is still challenging? Is it challenging? Yeah, is it challenging? With the emphasis on that, challenging. Debate it in the comments. Don't kill each other, though. Yeah, don't kill each other. Be civilized for managed democracy. This meme sums it up, though, in regards to players complaining about buffs. When they wanted buffs, they're pushing players away. So you're telling me some Helldivers players are complaining about the buffs. Moving on to the official news covered by Eurogamer, Arrowhead Studios, or should I say the CCO Pilestedt, wants a new higher difficulty. Yes, if Super Helldive wasn't hard enough, they want something harder. Basically, to compensate for the latest buff update. Many players were concerned the game would become too easy, and for me, the best update in Helldivers II history. Literally. So the team wanted to compromise and have agreed that they need to introduce a difficulty harder than Super Helldive. What can be harder than Super Helldive though? I mean, tell me, because if we ended up with like 3 times the enemies, increased spawn rates, it's going to be mental, man. It's literally going to be mental. And with all these new buffs, I think introducing more difficulties will be great. If you did not know, Helldivers 1 had 14 difficulties. Yeah, 14. Helldivers 2 needs higher difficulty level, agrees creative director following latest buff updates. Now regarding the buffs, this is definitely what the mass majority wanted. So democracy has been served in that area. Not only that, but just look at Steam, okay? Look at Steam, it's a massive win for managed democracy. Helldivers II yesterday received its latest update that massively buffs player weapons and rebalances the game in their favour. However, players still aren't completely satisfied and are requesting a new harder difficulty level to compromise. And creative director and Arrowhead CEO, Johan agrees. To me, even though I'm a hardcore player, I love the insanity of Helldivers 2, as this is what I bought the game for when it first came out. We can all agree on this patch was needed because the game was just here, there and everywhere. I mean, the bugs were literally bugged, and yeah, this update is just awesome. It is literally awesome. Let's just not repeat the balancing and the nerfs. Because what's the point in having a game if no one plays it and you don't do what the people want? It's okay having a hard game, but where the problem lied with this was power being stripped away from all of us and being left with nothing. Yes, nothing. A Helldivers 2 fan responded to Pilestedt's call for feedback on X, formerly Twitter, stating, "Everything is great, but we need a new harder difficulty now." Pilestedt responded simply, "I agree." And do you agree with that? Do we need a new harder difficulty now? I think so, personally. And then there's a screenshot of the conversation on Twitter. Pilestedt, so what's your thoughts on the Helldivers 2 patch so far? Faster TTK, more of a glass cannon, more variety of equipment. Bunny ASAP, everything is great, but we need a new harder difficulty now. So yes, I do agree, and my opinion did change quite dramatically because I was saying I didn't want, the game to basically be too easy, but after I've seen this update, yeah, everything's changed. Literally, it's changed because the game just flows so much better, man. But let's all agree, with these buffs, rockets actually do what they're intended to do now. I mean, it used to take, what, about 4 or 5 rockets to take down a charger with the expendable rockets, and now it didn't even take that long. Literally, it didn't take long, and rockets actually have been restored to their former glory, so I am a happy Helldiver. We can blast these bots back to Cyberstan. Who's with me? Yeah, who's with me? That being said, since the game is more balanced, players are happy and you can just play without feeling like you're dive sweating 24/7. So, you're enjoying this video? Yeah, you're enjoying the video? Do what Pilestedt says and serve managed democracy. So, a new super duper Helldive, that's what I'm calling it, super duper Helldive, would be amazing. In May, we reported the game's peak concurrent players had taken a significant hit and its average players had dropped by 62%. Yesterday, with the update's release, Helldivers 2 reached a peak of 68,380 players, according to SteamDB. That's a far cry from its launch days of 458,709 peak concurrent players, but still double the number of players from the last couple of months. Honestly, it's just going to get better, guys. It's literally just going to get better. Moving on to our final 2 parts of today's video, Helldivers. Now, there's a lot that you guys want to see, like this right here. How to balance Heavy Devastators 101, laser minigun overheating. And then it has, what, 2.1k upvotes. Now, this would be great. These guys just rinse you with bullets 24/7, and I would have thought with the enemy overhauls, maybe, just maybe, we could have seen Arrowhead do something like this to these guys. The endless bullets are just mad. It's literally mad. Let me know in the comments if you noticed anything different with them. Me personally, I haven't really been observed with them, I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, they don't seem to be obviously as menacing, but I haven't really noticed any overheating features, unless I'm just literally being blind. Now, this is a concept, guys, okay? This is a concept. It's an idea I think is actually really well thought through, and I'd love to see this. I was really hyped about this, but yeah, it's not real, Kate. It's not real, so yeah, don't like have a spaz attack or something. Getting like really hyped up for this because it's not real, but it looks awesome. Arrowhead, I want a train hijack mission. Arrowhead, I want a 3-stage mission where we deploy from a pelican onto a moving or train or Viva Hellpod with the goal of hijacking a train car full of valuables, samples, ammunition, etc. Stage 1, you deploy onto the train and have to fight waves of enemies climbing onto the roof of the train. It's at this point that the train sends out a distress signal. This is important later. Stage 2, you then enter the train via a hatch left open by an automaton, followed by fighting more enemies until you get to the valuable train car, second to last car. Stage 3, once you get to the valuables car, you disconnect it from the rest of the train. You then have to fight the final guard car at the rear before calling in a modified Pelican or some other craft to extract your team and the car. This mission prioritizes speed, as if you take too long, gunships summoned by the distress call from earlier will arrive as reinforcements try to take you out. The mission isn't impossible at this point, just much harder. This sounds mad, and I would love missions like this. I would literally love missions like this. Talking difficulty wise, I think this would pump up the difficulty a little bit more. I really would love to see this. Even something like a cave mission, you know, for the Terminids. You go in a cave and you only have your support weapons at hand, so, you know, that's the only thing you can use. So all your stratagems and everything has been cut off. And since this update, and basically, you know, being able to slap a Bile Titan really easily and kill it with like 1 or 2 rockets, I reckon something like this would be quite good to implement. You know, maybe having some sort of hive lord in a cave that you got to fight and you get like really overcrowded with enemies. So yeah, guys, if you've got any ideas on missions, drop them in the comments. I would love to share them in these videos. So with all this being said, would you like to see a new difficulty? I sure would. I mean, come on, who doesn't want like a level 14 difficulty in time? I mean, that would be really menacing. That would be like World War Z XL on steroids in Helldivers 2. Now on to the community comments. Yes, because who doesn't want to have a crazy conversation with a Helldiver like me? Da hella says, da hella. Really love your videos, heart. Thanks, honestly, thanks. I really appreciate that. Yeah, hearts you too. Not to be cringe or anything, but yeah, man, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Crimson Creed says, that guy/girl is really bad at capturing key moments. All I wanted to see was the boom go boom. And I want to see the boom go boom, the boom boom go boom boom go. In all seriousness though, yeah, I know, I was watching that as well. I'm thinking like, yeah, you got to the point, but you didn't show the blast. Lucas says, your voice plus that flag confused me. Where are you from? I am from the United States of the United Kingdom. In all seriousness though, bro, I'm from the UK. I have an American family, and yeah, so, you know, patriotism. Yeah, patriotism. Nathan says, it's mech time. They're extremely viable now. Yes, man. I mean, my favorite was the first mech, but the Emancipator is really good now. iGen Master NU, that's how you say iGen Master NU says, Helldivers 2 is so back. Fear the autocannon maniac. The scythe is my weapon, but also my lover. Had so much fun playing the updates. If they only buff the slugger a bit, I'll die happy. Stinky Nug says, they boosted my 500 kg bomb. Woohoo! Yeah, man, I mean, it's amazing now. It is literally amazing. Child says, give it a week or 2 and they will screw it up again. I mean, there has been a loop and a pattern, but I am really trying to be a hope diver right now, yeah. A faithful diver. That doesn't really make sense. A faithful diver, a hope diver, and yeah, I'm just trying to stay very hopeful because yeah, this is like one step in the right direction, and I cannot wait to see where the game goes next. Zippo King says, favorite update in the patch is I can have 4 emotes set so I can salute for democracy and hug my fellow Helldiver in one game. Xeon Rider 3 says, there's a size comparison of that automaton assault walker next to a scout strider, and it is over 2 times its size. They are absolutely terrifying. I'll probably crap myself for democracy if I see one of them, but yeah, I think Ironside did an amazing job on that. I mean, that render looks absolutely amazing, bro. Solar Business says, Platoon sounds awesome. Just wish my friend request worked. I can't make any new friends. Now, one thing on PC, bro, is that you can actually turn off your crossplay and also go from public to private. That solved my kind of like friend request issues. But yeah, if you're on console, I don't really have any ideas for that because I'm on PC. So hopefully they'll fix that soon. But yeah, give that a try if you can, because that solved my problem. Thank you so much for watching. I am grateful for your time as always. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe for Managed Democracy. Now go and conquer the galaxy, and I will see you in another video across YouTube so democracy can straight up prevail.